What's up, BGBers, and welcome to another What's Cookin', the format where we take a look at a crowdfunding project and tell you if we think you should back it or not. My name is Ark, and I'll be your dashing host for this adventure in space, mining asteroids cooked up by the three-headed monster designed by Paweł Suska. I think I said that right. I have no idea, honestly, so if I didn't, have a good laugh, and we're moving on. Today, we're talking about Beyond Humanity Astrominers, a dice placement set collection game with a twist. In this game, we are playing as a team of miners seeking to capitalize on the abundant resources hidden inside asteroids. To do so, players must first simultaneously roll all their available dice, with the option of one reroll. Then in turn order, players must take an action. For example, players may place one die worker on an available space, or socket as the game calls it. Some spaces indicate which type of worker can be placed there, and some allow for any type of worker to be placed on that space. Let's take a look at some of those action spaces together so you can see what I mean. You can place the required worker to gain one of the basic resources for each symbol showing on your die. Or maybe you fancy a new mission card. Then you place the required worker and take one of the 4 available mission cards or draw one blind from the deck. Or maybe you would like to get one of those new order cards. Once again, you place the required, in this case geologist die, on the corresponding space and take an order card from the 4 available or draw one blind from the deck. Other dice placement spaces include taking the first player, picking up an expedition card, bulletin card, or tech card. These help you in acquiring cards or more rare resources. But the most interesting place to place the dice is on the mission cards, because you can place those dice on your or your opponent's cards. But before we get into that, the difference between mission and order cards is simply this. Mission cards help provide rare resources listed on the missions themselves, and order cards, which can only be completed at the end of each round and only 1 card per round, provide points and a one-time bonus to be used later in the game. But yes, as a turn, a player may play a mission card by paying the cost of the mission, then placing the mission on an available barge in your player color, then docking that barge to the space station. At that moment, players play a mission card. They are allowed to add the required dice to all the spaces highlighted in yellow. Once placed, all other players are then afforded the ability in turn to place their dice on your mission to help you complete it, but in turn receive a resource benefit. Also, the player with the most dice placed on missions receives a resource bonus indicated on the round tracker at the end of the round. Each mission provides 1 point to the owner once complete. Missions that remain incomplete at the end of the round stay where they are, with the dice remaining on them. And that is obviously no good in a dice placement game, because then you're missing out on turns in the coming rounds. If missions are not completed within 2 rounds, that mission is lost. Also, don't be fooled by the mission's low point value. Each mission has an asteroid type assigned to it. If you complete the right set of missions, you can cash each of them in for an achievement card. It's like when the captain sees all of your hard work and rewards you with space burgers. Yummy space burgers. Players keep going through the flow of the game until 8 rounds are finished, then they count up all their points from their cards and extra resources and so on. The one with the most points has obviously proven themselves to be the best Astro miner. This game is a very interesting mix of its mechanics. The set collection is relatively standard, as is the dice placement, but only until players start placing dice on the mission cards. This provides the tension a worker placement game lives on, where I say to myself, I really want those resources, but I really don't want to help Rachel complete her mission. Then even more tension whenever you also want the resource bonus at the end of the round for the dice being placed on those mission cards. I'm also happy to report that the dice do not make the game too luck dependent. There are actually all sorts of opportunity to mitigate that luck. If you are in dire need of a symbol that your dice are just simply not showing, you can discard a die and change another die of your choice to the symbol that you wish, or you can re-roll all your dice. I really like the barges, and it feels awesome being able to place mission cards directly onto them. The dice are custom, and the designers were very smart in making the symbol color black on the yellow dice, making them easier to read instead of leaving the yellow dice with white symbols. The rulebook is also very well written, and I really dig the acrylic resource tokens. But there's just one thing that you should know. The middle of the game is the high point of the game for me. It's when most of the action is happening, because in the very last round, everyone is gunning for those last achievement cards. Once those spots are taken, there's not much else to do except snag extra points from resources, which isn't much, and maybe complete one last order card or one last mission card for a point or 3 points here or there. Personally, I like building to an ultimate climax at the end of a game. This doesn't mean I didn't like this game. This feeling just took a little bit of getting used to. In any case, I can absolutely recommend this game to you if you are going to play with 3 or more players, have an interest in dice placement space themed games, and like high quality components. If that fits what you were looking for, check out the link in the description and give this project some of your support. I hope this preview was helpful in your decision-making process. If you did find it helpful, or at least entertaining, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. We put a lot of work into these so that you can make an informed decision as to whether or not games are for you. Thank you for your support, and as always, stay hungry for more board games, my friends.